rising sign or the ascendant. In your astrological natal chart, there are presumably 4 very important angles. The angle that goes from the east to the west is the ascendant, descendant angle. The one that goes from the south to the north is the Imam Coeli and the midheaven angle. The angles are the structure of your natal chart. The natal chart is your life's journey. The angles are the structures of your life. The ascendant sign is the sign that is rising on the eastern horizon the moment that you were born. This is also called the rising sign. In order to find out your rising sign, you need the exact time of birth. You can use Cafe Astrology or astro.com to find out what it is. In general, the rising sign or ascendant is the outer personality and your life's journey. When people first get to know you, they see your rising sign. Then they see your sun sign, moon sign, and everything else about you. Your rising sign is your physical appearance. Your rising sign is also a baby chicken coming out of its egg. It is young, it sees the world for the first time, and it reacts to the world for the very first time. And it adopts a certain habit of interacting with new situations in the world. Your rising sign is how you see the world. It's the color, the perceptions, the approach that you have for every new situation that comes into your life. How you take on new things, new people, new events, new ideas. The rising sign is also how other people see you and how you want to be seen. Do you want to be seen as fun? Do you want to be seen as serious? Do you want to be seen as intelligent? There are 12 houses in your natal chart. The sign that is rising is the sign that governs your first house. If you have an Aries rising, your first house is going to be ruled by the sign of Aries. Your second house is going to be ruled by Taurus, third house Gemini, fourth house Cancer, fifth house Leo, and all the way into Pisces in the 12th house. If your first house is Cancer, that means your rising sign is Cancer. Your ascendant is Cancer. The second house is going to be Leo. The third house is going to be Virgo. Fourth house is going to be Libra. Fifth house is going to be Scorpio. Sixth house is going to be Sagittarius. Seventh house is going to be Capricorn. The sign on the first house and the seventh house, the rising and the descendant, is always going to be opposite signs. Therefore, the seventh house, the descendant, is known to be the kind of committed partnerships that you attract into your life. Do you prefer someone who is fun? Do you prefer someone who is serious? Do you prefer someone who's very responsible? We always attract that which is the opposite of us, but within the opposites, there are lots of similarities. Because without opposites, without white, there's no black. Without happiness, there's no suffering. If you have a Cancer rising, you will attract the opposite Capricorn type of partner. They won't have their sun in Capricorn, or they could, but they're gonna have a very Capricorn flavor to their personality. The 7th house Descendant is how you behave in partnerships. It's also the kind of partnership that you want. Do you like polygamy? Do you like monogamy? You want to get married? The Descendant is your shadow side. Something that you keep within you. You don't know you have it. You don't like it. You don't like to see it in other people. But you have it. It's a part of you. The Ascendant is like your face. The Descendant is like the back of your head. You get into a partnership and your partner holds this mirror, shines it on the back of your head while you're holding this mirror in front of you, and you can finally see for the very first time what's there at the back of your head. And you're a little overwhelmed and you don't like to see it. You might even hate your partner for showing this to you. So you want to end the relationship. You might have a Cancer ascendant, think that you are very nurturing, and everybody else in the world is so cold and so mean. But you fall in love, you get married, your partner holds this mirror to the back of your head and says, "Baby, you're all so darn cold, and you're super mean and manipulative." If you don't do some kind of shadow work by yourself before you meet another person, you end up resenting them for it. You want to break off the partnership. But if you do your own shadow work and embrace the totality of the things that you want to show people, the things that you don't know you have, but it's really dark. You are the yin to your own yang. You love yourself for your 1st house and your 7th house. Then you be with somebody else. You get married and you're like, "Baby, I already know that I'm manipulative and I'm super cold sometimes, and I'm okay with it." I hope that makes sense. I'll be putting up videos talking about each different rising sign and its descendant. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you like this kind of content. Turn on your notifications. Give it a thumbs up. Bye.